What's up guys, my name's Dan and welcome to The Vault. Today I'll be reviewing the DC feminine icon Wonder Woman, starring Gal Gadot, Chris Pine and directed by Patty Jenkins. This film perfectly tells the story of Diana, Princess of Themyscira, still not sure if I'm saying that right after all these years reading the comics. Diana ventures from her home into the world of men, which is being ravaged by the First World War. Knowing that this is the work of Ares, god of war, she sets out to make things right. As the film opens, we are introduced to Themyscira, the island home of the Amazons, with gorgeous camera shots painting a true paradise. Within the first half hour of the film, we are also introduced to the ferocity of the Amazonians as they protect their home from German invaders. The action sequences are heart-racing and carried out in a stylized way so as to differentiate between the previous DC films and their directors. These scenes are so bloody exciting, whether it's Amazons flinging themselves high into the air to deal out death, or Diana revealing herself as she climbs up into no man's land. The CGI is truly a spectacle, making me believe I was in a war-torn France. It does get a little heavy and a little bit noticeable at times, but as I've said before, I watch so many films that it's second nature for me to notice it now. This does not take away from the film whatsoever though. The strongest aspect of this film is its story. I think because it focused on the origin of the iconic woman, it allowed for stronger story arcs for most of the characters. Wonder Woman, who is seeing the world for the first time with a kind of childlike innocence, tasting ice cream for the first time, but then having that innocence stripped away when she sees the horrors of war. As an audience, we can just really connect and feel this. Her relationship with Steve Trevor also starts off with the same sweet innocence and then hits all the perfect emotional notes as the film progresses. We also get a harrowing insight into how the war affected the soldiers involved. You can just really tell that the scriptwriters understood these characters. Now, Gal Gadot is not an amazing actress, and I don't think she'll be remembered as one of the best, but her casting in this role is perfect. She is Wonder Woman. She brings such an elegance and such a grace to the character, but never skimps on the fierceness when it's needed. Add to this the casting of Chris Pine as Steve Trevor, and it just works. The two of them have such a sweet on-screen chemistry. The comedy in this film is also really great. It's totally subtle and not at all overstated. There are just a lot of nice little moments that never feel the need to kind of go over the top. Each character have their own little moments as well, but for me it was Etta Candy, played by Lucy Davis, who had me laughing. I actually had more of a crush on her than I did Gal Gadot. I'm not sure if that's weird. The soundtrack is epic. You can feel your blood start pumping as soon as that familiar guitar riff starts up, just as soon as Wonder Woman starts to kick some ass. I am saddened though to hear that Hans Zimmer will not be returning to compose any more of these films. He will sorely be missed. He honestly worked such magic on any superhero film that he was involved with, really created some memorable themes with his involvement in these kinds of films. My only criticisms with this film is that some of the dialogue is wooden and cheesy. The film is also predictable, with the twist that is meant to hit you like a bit of a freight train only really hitting you like a pile of feathers. All in all though, this film is fantastic and highly enjoyable, and I'm excited to see where they take the character next. There's 75 years of sumptuous lore to crack into. The lesson I gained from this film was that love is always the way forward, and with the recent attack in Manchester, that has never seemed so pertinent. So love one another, life's too short for hate. Also, I learned that men are only good for reproduction, not for the pleasures of the body. yeah, I was pretty disappointed when I heard that too. But what can you do? As always though, guys, let's see if Wonder Woman belongs in the vault. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Blackboard again. Today we're going to see if Wonder Woman belongs in the vault. A bit of an update though. We finally received the much needed chalk from Amazon. If you want to just come up here. That is the chalk right there. Not really sure what to make of that. Seems like a bit of a wasted effort, really. But we persevere. It's gonna put that over there.
Bye bye, chalk.
Cocaine raining from the sky. A little bit miffed. Expect a better review, Amazon. Anyway, let's carry on. Let's just jump right into it. Question number one: was the film entertaining? Was I bored at any point whilst watching? I have to be honest. The start of Wonder Woman for me was a tad bit slow, and it didn't really kind of bring me in until the characters of Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman were leaving Themis. I can never say that name. Themyscira. Themyscira is the name of the island, but I can never pronounce it. You think I'll be reading comics this fucking long, I can still can't pronounce the name. Anyway, so it wasn't until
Philly's Island.
it was on an island, really fucking tropical, nice island, rather than this fucking shithole I live in. I'm kidding. I wasn't fully kind of engrossed and captured until they were leaving the island, but after that, this film is just, it's amazing at drawing you in. It's great at keeping you involved with where the story is going, and it's just thoroughly entertaining. So for that, I'm going to give it, we don't have any chalk, so I'm going to give it another digital tick. So question number two: how was the direction, music, etc.? Did it make the viewing experience any better? There are a lot of things about this film that made it great. Gal Gadot, for one thing, is perfect casting for Wonder Woman. She's just great. The music, Wonder Woman's theme, is truly inspired, but it is the relation, for me personally, it was the relationship between Diana Prince and Steve Trevor that really kind of kept the interest going for me. It's just a very sweet, innocent relationship, which I just really loved. It was really written really well, and that for me just made the experience much better. So for that, I'm going to give it a tick. Question number three: did the film elicit an emotional response that empathised with the characters? Again, going back to the relationship between Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman, you totally felt that relationship of him meeting this woman who had never before seen a man or never before seen the outside world, and this woman who had never, again, seen a man or seen the outside world, and just those two kind of coming together, their relationship, which just kind of elicited a really sweet kind of emotional response from me anyway. And Gal Gadot does great portraying Wonder Woman. Again, her naivety, her sweetness, her innocence, and then her sheer horrified terror at seeing war for the first time really just kind of elicited that kind of response where I just wanted to take care of her. I just wanted to tell her everything was going to be okay, And so I think that was done really well. The script, in that sense, was written really, really well. So for that, I'm going to give it a tick. Question number four: would I pay to watch this film? Hands down, 100% yes. This film, I've seen this film twice already, and I honestly, it's worth every penny I spent on it. So I would honestly suggest for you guys to go and watch it, go pay to watch it, because it's definitely worth the money. So for that, I'm going to give it a tick. Question number five, and final question. Would I suggest this film to my friends and you lovely subscribers? Again, 100% yes. I mean, if you've been one of these people who have been disappointed by previous DC films, and I think Wonder Woman is really going to kind of reinstall your trust in DC. I mean, for me, I loved Suicide Squad. I really loved Batman v Superman. They had their flaws, but I still really enjoyed them. But for me, Wonder Woman is, and it's the first really powerful, strong female-led superhero, the first female-led superhero film that we've got. So I think that's really important. So I would suggest this film to mostly my friends who I know are into the comics or enjoy the films. I probably wouldn't suggest it so much to my family because they're not really into the whole comic genre, the whole comic scene. But I would definitely say, if you haven't seen it already, go and watch it. If you've seen it already, go and watch it again because it's great for a second viewing. So for that, I'm going to give it a tick. So there we have it, guys. Wonder Woman has 5 ticks, and it will be going into the vault. And as always, guys, if you like what you see here, you like what I do, please like and subscribe down below. And as always, this is a conversation. If you've seen the film, you didn't like it, let me know. If you don't agree with this review, again, let me know. Let's talk about it. And until the next film, guys, peace and love, my dudes.